Oh, I never muted. Sharky, Tiny Toe, hello. He might have heard my keys. Sharky, Tiny Toe, hello. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. All right. No scuff here. I'm a professional streamer. Pika, hello. All right. I also have to open. I don't know what happened. I got going late, and now I'm like, I think the whole blue sky thing is messing up my whole business. All right. We're gonna open up Ace Attorney. Oh my God. I don't want to. Rewards enabled on channel. Subscribe. Dismiss. I guess you get rewards by purchasing or gifting subscriptions to Comfy Catboy's channel while they're live in any category. That's cool. If y'all feel like doing that, that's poggers, but never any pressure, of course. I don't even know what the rewards are. I have no idea. Just come hang out. It's fine. Alright. Not two musics. By second music. Okay. Tiny Toe, that's a cursed curse. That's a double curse. I'm feeling double cursed. I'm feeling It feels too loud. Oh, you know why? It is. I raised the volume for some reason on the desktop. Okay, it should be lowered now. See, that's a Tiny Toe. That's a Furby I could sink my teeth into. What? Huh? What? What's the problem? Boing, 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 boing. Pika, don't you blink at me. Don't you double blink at me with... What even is that? Is that a Durgan? Is that a little blob? A little blob? I don't think I'm centered. Hi, everyone! There we go. Ah! 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 I sound like a crow. Ah! Ah! Good morning, everybody. I feel like I have so much to talk about. I'm also still eating oatmeal like sometimes I am in the mornings. Whoopsie-doo. Oopsie-poopsie. Yeah, I'm not centered. I see that I am. Well. Whatever, it's fine. So many things happened. Did you make the switch to blue sky? Like, actually this time? I know I did. And I'm not gonna look back unless... Well, probably not. Never say never. I am still... Okay. I need to reinstall VTube Studio. But I keep not doing that. For a second I thought you were gonna sing to my music. Listen to the Edge of 17 when you were like... Bop, bop, bop. Dun, 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 dun. I haven't watched that show yet, but I keep listening to the song. Dun, 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 dun. It's a dragon and their dog is dressed up as a dragon. Hell yeah, I love it. Beautiful. What a cheesy smile that is. Yeah, Blue Sky rules. If you were on the fence about Blue Sky, it's incredible. Star, hello. I made a go live post. We'll see if anybody looks at it. Posture check. Oh, actually, yeah. Let me lock my chair in. Woo, 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 woo. Hell yeah. How are you doing? How is your, you were at a party last night? Is that right? Now, why isn't headpads working? Wow, I definitely hit this. Oh my God. I was like, I definitely hit login, but I'm not logged in. Oh my God. Oh, you're still there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hell yeah. How has it been going? She can hear you stream. Hello! Hello! Goof on her. You're so goofy that you're best friends with Mickey Mouse, aka Star Spice. You're so goofy, something skateboard joke. Cause that's, you can be goofy footed on a skateboard. Smile 2? I didn't know there was a first Smile. Is that a movie about a dentist? Is that a movie about a happy, fun dentist that is like, hey, you want to get a tooth surgery? It won't even hurt. I'm a very good dentist. And they're like, okay. And then you get the surgery, and then you have a beautiful smile. And then that's the end of the movie, right? There's probably not like a horror element to it, right? Right? Tell her my pronouns. Oh, okay. Everybody, if you're new here, which probably you're not, but if you are new here, tell me your pronouns. If you want to know my pronouns. You both did it. That's specifically not what I asked you to do, everyone. I asked you to tell me your pronouns, not redeem hi, I'm new to stream. If you can't even follow simple instructions. No. I'm super new. Alright, let me eat this last. What else happened? Oh yeah, we hit, okay, y'all, check it out. We hit over 10,000 views on the Let's Play channel. Yay! Wait, I gotta re-redeem the head pats from earlier. Hold on. Because it will work now. That's for you, Pika. I think Pika was the one who did it. 3.5 years, Tiny Toe. My godness. Alright. No more oatmeal in front of me. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Can't you see? And it's beautiful. It was Tiny Toe. Okay. Tiny Toe, that was for you. This bud's for you, and by Budweiser, I mean head pat. Right now, boom, 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 boom. If I spam this again, we're playing. We just put the second episode of the new Mario Party Jamboree up, and y'all, this is one of the funniest episodes that we've maybe ever released. So I'm very, 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 very excited to have it out. It was me. Hell yeah. What I feel like something else happened that I wanted to tell you guys about, but I don't remember. I don't remember, Cleo. I don't remember. So we're just gonna be a lawyer. We're just gonna lawyer it up. Maybe I'll remember. I don't know. Oh yeah. So we're gonna load. Oh, I wanted to pull up the. Okay. I want to pull up the. Tell us about how awesome you are. I'm so awesome. No, come on, you guys. Come on. Oh, excuse me. Come on now. That was an oatmeal burp. Sorry, but not that sorry. Not sorry enough to do anything about it. Change my behavior. Miles Edgeworth spoiler-free walkthrough. What like
Father,
section?
Tell me,
oh!
when can I leave to be on my own?
It just says middle. When you finish your homework, you can be out on your own. Is that good? Okay. Lay that law down. Okay, hold on. I just want to see. No, there's no there's no music. All right, hold on. Get out of here, Agent Lang. Lang G says, "Little cubs never do they know the real fury of elder wolves." What does that mean, bud? You can't just say random stuff. Just kidding. It's all you're good at. Okay. So let me see. Is this the one we already did? I'm just gonna, I'm gonna do a search on this spoiler-free walkthrough. So, yeah, we examined the pool. This looks like it's, okay. Okay, there is still an amount left. So we'll probably finish this first game today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Whoa! Of toot! Comfy 8 months! Rizzo, hello! You farted on the 8-month sub. And now we're close to a hype train as a result. Get tooted on, thank you. Get rootin' and tootin'. How are you doing, Rizzo? Hello. Okay. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Rootin' Tootin' Star Boys. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, wait, no, I do remember the other thing. This is a little secret, but y'all get prepared, get prepperonied, that in perhaps a month or so's time, we're gonna have, some brand new, merch coming out, available for purchase. And I'm very, very excited about it. But that'll be just in time for the holidays. Just in time for the holidays. Hey, you never need to apologize, Rizzo. I'm just happy to have you here, baby. Okay. Mr. Prosecutor, counterfeit bills made with Baba Lee's ink, they were all in Zheng Fa denominations. All right, so, okay, as just sort of a quick recap on what's going on. I did get married. Cozy Cat Girl is my wife now. Yeah, there she is. Hell yeah. What is going on? There's a lot going on in this case. 2 people got murdered. Thank you, Rizzo. The wife. 2 people got murdered in 2 different embassies, like international embassies here in quote unquote America. Because this game, I guess, just decides that it takes place in America, which that seems a little crazy to me, but what do I know? At perfect timing. You did it, baby. And so basically there's a whole web of different things that are all gonna become connected, but right now they're a little bit. We'll probably get caught up, and I'll explain as we go. Baba Lee's ink is real rare, so they can make counterfeit bills with it. Yes, so I heard from Ms. Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. You must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zheng Fa's in a financial chaos as we speak, because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. Is this something on the monitor? Oh, it is. What the hell? It's like a cry. I was like, there's something on Edgeworth's, like, sleeve. Nope. Just some bullshit on my monitor. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I stake the honor of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind the whole mess. Anything else new going on with you? Yo, the newest thing, well, I don't know how new this is, but Cozy and I have a Let's Play channel, and we upload 6 days a week, and it's my new favorite thing. I'm really happy with the stuff we're making. I was just talking about how we posted the second part of a Mario Party playthrough. Ooh, baby, it's so funny. In my humble opinion, IMHO. So that's my new news. But then I also have another channel where we need a silly thing. Zen, hello! I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zheng Fa, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. What the hell? Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no. It is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. I was really loving the Plucky Squire playthrough. We do plan to play more of that. We kind of had a lot of games happen all at once. The new Zelda came out, which is similar in vibe to the Plucky Squire, so that's taking priority. But we haven't forgotten. I think once it cools off, we want to play more of that, because I bought it for PC, and for whatever reason, even though my PC is a big beefy boy, it's like a jet engine, the heat it puts out from that game. So, typically we have to record with the door closed so we don't, like, upset everybody in the world around us, and the room gets very hot. So, like a beefy 5-layer burrito, yeah, it used to cost $1, and now it's like $5, $6. We're watching that after I play it all the way through. Hell yeah! Echoes of Wisdom is really fun. I think we're having a lot of fun just discovering the things in it. Yeah, Rizzo, you made cinnamon rolls. Yo, I want that. I want a cinnamon roll. Do you have gluten-free cinnamon rolls? I'm gluten-free now, which sucks, but it is what it is. It makes me not sick to my stomach all the time. So, that's good. Okay. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quercus, you fool! Curse your empty brain! Hey, you're being too hard on yourself, ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to Ardennes. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang! What is happening? You, Wolfman, and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection, pal! Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis ready? You got a zero sugar Gatorade. Ooh, man, it's rough. So here's some things that I can't eat any longer. Artificial sweeteners will make me quite sick. Tragically. So a lot of like those kind of drinks have like whatever aspartame and stuff. Just any sort of sugar alcohols, any of that sort of stuff. Oh, baby. I'll get a stomachache real bad. It's good for most people, but not me. Woo. Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, detective. Wow. On the most obvious, like, weirdly shaped post-it note ever. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Oh, yeah, because I think we're suspicious of her. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! Too bad you can't have zero sugar stuff. But I don't want you sick. Yeah, it's hard. So like, that sort of stuff, vegetable oil, I need to be pretty careful of. And that is a pretty tragic one because most chips and crackers and fucking everything is made out of vegetable oil. And a lot of times you'll see it listed on a product as sunflower oil or safflower oil. But like, that's all just vegetable oil. It sucks. I hate it. But it is what it is. I feel much healthier now, but it's not necessarily that those things are unhealthy, but they're just unhealthy for me. I can't eat more of my favorites anymore. I have GERD, so I get a bit sick of having spicy foods. Oh, man, that's rough. Yeah, I know Clara Dogford also struggles with that. We're the Tummy Trouble Gang. Okay. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all. Yeah, speaking of Clara, that's Clara. Clara is, I believe, has already started her leave of absence, of medical absence, but, she'll be back soon. She's a good one. Go follow her anyway. And then she'll perhaps have a big party. A big dog party. Coffee makes me a bit sicky, and I love coffee. Coffee is shockingly okay, but it's got well, it doesn't have to be cold brew, but I only like cold brew. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, she'll be all right. She has a, this isn't a secret, so I feel all right to talk about it. But it's, I guess she's got tummy troubles, but she, and other issues. So I think my understanding is that there's some sort of surgery that is like a diagnosis kind of surgery that she's undergoing, but that's got a several month sort of recovery period. So I think that's I don't have insider information, but I believe that's what she said to the parabolic. The only truth going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. What? Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you till the end. She's seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day. Yeah, they've been keeping their Discord and etc. updated. Beautiful. You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Beam, bam, ba-boom, boom. Whoa! Ha! I should have known. But you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. Whoa! Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. I love just dunking on people in public. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. That person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? What do you mean by that? The Yatagarasu is a big thief, but Kay, our friend Kay, is the real one. So this is a fake one. I'll get to that in a second, but first I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did.
Okay, you got it! I first spotted the suspicious person near the open-air stage on the Bobble East side. I called out to that person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
I love barbecue, but barbecue makes me feel sicky. No! Yeah, I gotta be careful with, like, red meat as well. So my diet has now swapped over to a ton of fucking chicken, which is much easier to get down. For the sake of the argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please, tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do!
We keep ordering, the Costco Ah! Look at them all! Hell yeah. We keep getting the Costco rotisseries, because we can get Costco delivered for very little additional cost. And it's a beautiful... We've gotten into... I feel like I order from Costco a couple times a week. Because an entire rotisserie chicken is so much more chicken and so much cheaper than just buying some chicken breasts, like, at the store or whatever. And then cooking them is harder. It's like, I don't gotta fucking deal with any of it. And it's so cheap. I love it. Costco, listen. All companies are bad, but Costco, though.
I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babalese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up.
Stand over the sink picking at the chicken skin when you get up. I do oftentimes if it's around lunchtime when it arrives, I will pick a little piece of the skin off. Hydrate! Yo, you got it. We got Sam's Club here. They got some Bob rotisserie chicken. People line up for it. Oh shit. Yo, that's crazy. We have Sam's Clubs here too, but it's Costco all the way for me. Jose, hello.
When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochan's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Wow! Ah!
Who's there? Says Sheena.
By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared.
2 hours away. Oh, man. We are lousy with Costco's near us. I never thought that a Costco would be sort of like an In-N-Out in that way. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Good Sling, hello! Guess who had a nap? Was it me? Was it me? Did I get it right? What do I win? $1 million billion? I'll take it in, I'll take it in pennies. Thank you. Correct! Yay! All right, Rizzo, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. A renewed sub? Hey, I'll take it. Hell yeah. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? That person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? How do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. Yay! Hell yeah. That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. She not.
Take that!
Your answer is Sheena. Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used that door. when Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochan's body. The Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was in the next room over. Yo, the day's going good. I ate oatmeal. We got, I'm on Blue Sky. I don't have a link for Blue Sky currently, but it's just Comfy Catboy. Actually, yeah, hold on. Let me just get it for you all. If you're not following on Blue Sky, I gotta tell you, this time it's good. If you are on the fence about Blue Sky, it rules now. And there is no algorithm. There's not really an algorithm. Not like every other social media. It kicks fucking ass. And I love it. So, I was running to grab it for you. Oh, that's alright. Boo, boo, boo. I appreciate it. Rawr. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. So I'm on it, and I said this earlier in the stream, but I'm really, like, looking to not use Twitter anymore, unless, like, Elon is ousted or somebody else buys it or something. It is a little, it's pretty womp to kind of ditch 3,000 plus, you know, Twitter followers, but at the same time, I feel like I'd post my little trailers and they'd get like maybe 7 to 10 likes on a good day. So, you know what I mean? What is that number doing for me? Nothing. And now people are seeing the stuff, and I'm seeing the stuff of the people that I like on Blue Sky. It rules. So yeah, I'm still on all the other socials, but probably not Twitter for the foreseeable future. I'm trying to like be off of it, even just to scroll. I check in on it every so often, but I just feel, I don't know, just getting off of it. I was shocked at like instantly. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like mental garbage, and I didn't realize that Twitter was sort of responsible for that. Okay, it just means the creep slipped out before Sheena made it into the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir. Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Coach's office from the opposite direction as Sheena, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth! You nailed him just with an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well. You never guess what I'm going to have for breakfast. Star Spice. What is it? Is it Train's Train Buff? Are you eating a big bowl of Train? Also, hi, Train Buff. Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Cinnamon... Cinnamon Train Car Crunch. Jimmy Dean Breakfast Bowl. What is what are it's sausage and potatoes and cheese? It's a breakfast bowl. What's going on with the breakfast bowls? If yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken. Sausage, egg. Oh, potatoes, the fourth thing. Okay. Oh, egg. No. Oh, no, I said potato. So potato, egg is the thing I missed. Okay. That's pretty good. Cozy and I have gotten into a routine of, one of the 2 weekend days, at least, I make what I've now called, like, weekend breakfast, which is, it's not like pancakes, but it's in that same vein of, like, I'll fry up a bunch of potatoes, and I'll make, like, some good eggs. Like, not, like, easy eggs. I'll make, like, good eggs with a ton of shit in them. And then we eat that, and we watch YouTube. Casually. I was eating the breakfast bowl for a whole month. Oh, my goodness. Breakfast poutine? I will weep with jealousy. Yeah, this is the attorney of the ace, and it goes both ways as well. Hello. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall expedition, right? No, not quite yet.
Huh? why. I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Bobolese side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours, you really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Huh, well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since the eerie picture of said escape route exists... Woo! Are you saying this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Why? Why not? Now, I realize you may not know this, but... Woo! Humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought the photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you'd like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Also English, I guess. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in the photo. What? Okay. Photo taken after the first fire. Oh, right, because that all happened during... Sure. Right? Okay, spilled... 2 fires broke out today. The first fire... And it took until the end of the show to put the fire out of the Jammin' Ninja. The second fire at the Bobolese Embassy occurred after the Jammin' Ninja, so... Oh, excuse me. I love the idea of a house having a secret room, but I've read those are a nightmare when it comes to fire safety. Oh, yeah. Yeah, without, like, any windows? No, I don't know. Yeah, that's upsetting. I don't like that. I never really thought about it that way, but I don't like that. You're right. You're right, baby. Okay. So... Oh, Mr. Cochin's office caught fire. Oh! Okay, yeah, so this photo is early. It's gotta be. I just have to present the photo, I think. Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu headed for the 3rd floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Girl, no!
Yeah, way to go! That's twice you've bit him in the butt now.
Not my butt! We're not done yet. You have to explain what the shadow is, and how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route, now that I can answer. Kayan, well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on and Latin. Takama, hello! This case is long. I think we're kind of sort of near the end of it. Maybe not today, but probably tomorrow. Hello, how are you? I like that. I like that, Clara. That's a good Clara emote. Oh my god. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Bobolese side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead? Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
We wear sunglasses all the time. Lang, it's all right. I can take care of him.
Sheena!
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
Oh, she's smiling. All right. If you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Look at that long pup.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalese embassy?
Rawr!
Sheena's movement. During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. There she is. Why is she going in there? While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that that girl's Yatagarasu even exists. What the hell? That's a big, sassy, bold remark to add at the end. And that is all I have to say.
But I'm not lying when I say I saw this suspicious person run into Mr. Kochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony.
Good. Just to confirm, did you have a partner with you when you were on your investigation? No, I moved alone. In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi, is that correct? Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic! And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same... Oh. And it wasn't when... Oh, because she... Okay. She tried to... She just for no reason was like, it's Kay. She did it. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapons owner? Grr! Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation. Although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation, even though I am sweating profusely. You should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize. I'm sorry.
It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. Then let's put that to the test and see if she was really worthy of your trust. Comfy lady voice is always amazing. Thank you. Yeah, for Kay. But Sheena, too. This promises to be interesting. I actually have a few, but a lot of times...
This is just easy. Wow. Oh my god, this is what girls sound like, right? I don't know if I've ever met one. I'm just sort of guessing, I guess.
During the first Babalese fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. Did you? So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort. I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side. And I'm gonna like rub my little chinny chin chin. I was in charge of the police on the Babalese side, so I helped them with their work. Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people. She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage.
I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time.
To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary. She seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective. Come on! No! Oh, I kind of had the feeling you were going to say that. No, Gumshoe. Hashtag justice for Gumshoe. Come on. Sheena's more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at. All right. Oops. Fiddles faddle. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal.
Hold it!
Oh, that. By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Babal, correct? Yes, that is when the suspicious person was spotted in Babal.
Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after.
There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face. By the way, how was your team's investigation? In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on the other floors. Maybe they did, but, no. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the third floor. When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor. And you did that alone? Yes. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over.
Hold it!
So you were in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office. I already told you I was earlier, as I was examining the neighboring room. I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office. Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall. Yes, I did. But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up. Why is she smiling like that? Because she might be evil. And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet... Oh! I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Shina. The prosecutors of this country are all so strange. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu.
Hold it!
Why not? You were unable to catch even a glimpse, despite being in the next room. Is that true? I really hate to repeat myself. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. Shut the fuck up, actually.
Bubba Wallace, hello!
So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments. He's just like a little puppy.
Aw, you know, I kind of feel bad for him.
I understand his pain in watching one of his subordinates be accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth. Lang, I'm all right. And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me. And why is that? To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists.
Hold it!
He's such a werewolf. I love him. I don't love him, but like, I love that he's finally gotten sort of silly. Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again? Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu, despite being just an average citizen. Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu.
That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu.
And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere.
Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough.
I see. Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony.
Oh, then why don't you show it to her using what we found out with Little Thief?
I will, in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of. If it turns out that that really does lead right to Agent Sheena, then what is it that she is keeping from us right now? Okay. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. So here I imagine that we are presenting the fireplace.
Objection!
Yeah, okay. Being in the next room, in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office, is the problem with your testimony.
Not so fast!
Miss Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you remember the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace? Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. His expression didn't change at all. Now, do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. What is the meaning of this, Miles? Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I? Uh-oh. Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. pretending to be the Yatagarasu when you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Koten's office and headed for the fireplace. Then, you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Sheena. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace. How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Oh. Puh puh. Sheena. Hee 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 hee. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that... Wait a minute. That laugh. No! It's her! I remember this irritating laugh. Ugh, I'm getting chills down my spine.
It can't be, but it has to be.
That's why her mouth is weird. Sheena, what's wrong with you? I guess I'll go to the other voice.
I'm sorry. It was so funny that I just couldn't help but laugh.
Funny, you say?
Yeah, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are so very strange.
Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off?
You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is.
What the hell?
Look, everything you said earlier, nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route.
The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed. Sorry, that's on me, Comfy Catboy. My bad. That's my bad. You know what? I'm gonna take some. I got like a. Here, Advil ASMR. Do you like that? Woo 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 woo. What? I got like a soreness in my jaw for no reason. Ow. Okay.
Boop, 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 boop.
The tone you're... Okay.
Heh. That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your question.
My question?
Here is your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babal was used recently. It was the fact that... Oh, excuse me. Polano's testimony. What? Oh.
Is this really the answer to your question?
I thought that was wrong. Yes, according to Ambassador Polano's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin.
Oh?
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Polano said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were there ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. It's a lot of laughing. Slowing down. Just what is so funny?
Ash is ash as proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence into court?
You still wish to fight us?
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
Phew, my counter-argument, huh? This is really just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
Phew, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
Okay. So that girl who is... There isn't a better sound than this and proceeded to swirl our ice coffee around. Was that on TikTok?
In my eyes, all you proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me the answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office.
Bum, 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 bum.
And there you have it, my counter-argument.
That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence. What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But
Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right! I will see this through to the end. So, you go get it for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Sheena, please, show me you're someone I can trust.
Don't worry, this will be the deciding match, you'll see.
Steal the truth is Edward's advocating crimes? Maybe. Truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Sheena's a butter. I don't actually know.
In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. Used and abused.
Sounds like to me you're saying my explanation is not good enough. But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough, even for you, pal.
Ha, looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned.
Ouch! Talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal. Sadly, I cannot disagree with her on that one. Leave Gumshoe alone! Leave Brittany alone. It's me, that guy from early YouTube. Man, I was thinking about early YouTube today. You remember that one video? This is a really, really old video. But it was before, like, influencers, right? Where, so, like, you could just make a viral video and then not want to hawk to a girl about it. You know what I mean? Where it was just, like, a girl who made a fake, like, dating website video. And then she just kept crying about cats. But people just, like, too many people thought it was legitimate. And then they were, like, laughing, like, at her when it felt very clearly to be a goof. Because why would you post that if you just cried multiple times because you thought about cats? It was perfect. 10 out of 10. You can't really do that anymore. You can't go viral with, like, just like, oh, I'm just random. Okay. But you can go viral if you love Gumshoe. I'll tell you that for free.
But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really, da-ba-ba-doo. Can't really call that proof.
Hydrate! Alex, hello. Posture check, hello. So you want to prove that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection!
Hold it!
Okay, if you could please not steal my line.
Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
Aha, you may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. So then who was it used the rotating wall? Show me your evidence.
It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace.
Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Polano and Mr. Cochin.
Curses! I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still yet to find.
Aha. So I take it you have no further fucking whatever. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation.
Hold it!
Harley, hello from VTube. That's right. How are you? It's been a second. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babalese embassy.
Yes, the investigators who weren't allowed in Alabast were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu.
I've been very good. I probably, since last you saw me, I'm now married. I have a Let's Play channel. Shit rules. I'm playing Ace Attorney. Shit's amazing. And yet, despite all that effort, how have you been? It appears that they have failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct? Bro's got it made. I'm trying.
I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace in that room, and for that, I am sorry.
You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry.
You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all.
He apologizes for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss. Are you saying that I don't do anything from my own subordinates? Yeah. No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir, even if you are a bit too strict sometimes. There's only a problem on your There's only a problem on your end.
Wow, way to be super hard on him in response.
Am I really too strict on everyone? Anyway, Sheena, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right?
That's right. We finished our investigation. And we found not a single suspicious fucking thing.
So you really didn't find anything?
Yes, and as I said, not one suspicious thing. Although, as you already know,
I'm thinking about what that means.
we did find the Yatagarasu's key in the document detailing the smuggling operation. But we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babali's knife handle yet.
Ah, you see, my subordinates worked hard to investigate everything. So there was nothing else left to find, all right? Wow, Agent Lang really sticks up for his people. Lang Ji says all men are brothers and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family and their families are my family too. That's a rather large family you have there. Yes, but as we all know, there is always one black sheep in any family. And though it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family.
So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway?
No, I haven't found any yet.
Then what are we gonna do?
There's no need to worry, because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Babali's investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found. If there is one thing I do know, it is that someone tried to hide it from us. You can't really... So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Okay, so... There's like some wire... I'm actually like crazy unsure. Where did we find this? Oh, Kay just had that. Love check, Alex. I love you, baby. Yeah. Okay. Who used the rotating wall? It wasn't Manny Cochin. Swapped with the real murder weapon's handle. Its blade is yet to be found. The blade is definitely Alabastian. Oops. Okay. It appears to point to Mr. Okay, well, all this is like good evidence, but like, it's not helpful right now. Heck. I don't know, man. Is it just that it's the wire? I'm gonna present this wire.
Objection!
Nope. That's wrong! Okay, wait. So he was, just now he was talking about, I'm gonna say, blah, 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 tampering with evidence. So, we found not a single, okay, I think it's probably this. We found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. So maybe Because we found this suspicious wire in Mr. Cochin's office.
Objection!
There it is. Okay. No, that's wrong! While you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation, are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Well, aren't we full of ourselves standing there insulting Interpol agents?
You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
A length of wire, so what about it? I'll tell you what, we found this in the Bobolese embassy not long ago. What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder?
But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing. There's more. In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills in there. Boom. What in the... Ayah!
That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made up by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see, so there was nothing in that office, nothing you can call evidence anyway.
Objection!
Thank you for the follow, Toxin. Is that right? Welcome to the Mew Crew. How are you? Good morning. Good time zone. I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubt onto the purity of your investigation onto the Yatagarasu.
You still suspect me, I see. All right then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
What the hell? The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Sheena. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the 3rd floor was because that person knew that there would be no other agents on that floor? I'm here because the sprinkles on your hair double as confetti. Huzzah! Boo, 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 boo. They're cute. They're little guys up there. Hell yeah. Well, welcome in. I hope you have a good time with us this morning. And in your own life. I hope you have you're having or will have a lovely day. Was only pretending to be the investigating Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one other location that no one has yet to inspect. Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location. I mean, this room, probably.
Take that!
The location Agent Sheena is, of course... the location, Agent Sheena, is, of course, the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough investigation. You know what? You live up to your name? Hell yeah. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Even if you
do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there.
I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office.
Woo!
Man, that is a low back dress.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think that Miss Sheena is the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu.
But you can't prove... Oh my god. I lost my ability to read the English language. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question. If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to. And just what are you hoping he'll find? Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier. An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science. Is she what, Alex? Huh? It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu. And what did you find out by doing that? First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving walled door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Bobolese ink. Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway. Ah, but it is really worth so little. I believe that it's exactly... I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, as the value of which I'm about to prove. Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir. Oh, so what are these things that you found? Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? You heard that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in the room when you examined it?
Puh. Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort.
The one chick, I think we're, I don't know if she'll, yeah, she doesn't show up here, but she's, I think we've effectively learned that she's the woman, the prosecutor from 7 years ago. Yeah, who took the key. But I don't remember what her dang name is. But I think that's what we're that seems to be what's going on. So I've given her that voice.
They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room.
Oh.
Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them take a look at your stuff, Sheena.
Lang.
Sheena, let's put this all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. All right, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like.
Yeah, Callisto, that's right. Thank you.
After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let us begin. You're getting 5, guys. Why not 6? Anyways. The coat. Of course, the coat. I want a burger! I want a burger right now. Whatever. Let's examine the coat. Yes, sir! It appears you have managed to stain your coat rather badly. It's obvious. I'm so hungry. Oh! Did you have to take out a loan to get 5 guys, though? Did you have to take out a personal loan? Because they're so expensive, you see. Well, technically, this takes place in America, technically, but also, I feel like that's a weird thing that only this game specifically says. I think in every other games, it is ambiguous. Matcha, hello! 38 months. Good morning, Matcha. How are you? Boop, 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 boop. All right, Agent Sheena. The Yatagarasu the case saw was wearing this coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if the stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
Aha, no, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. It was the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace.
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace.
Which I can.
What? How?
I'm walking to the orthodontist, need some cup in my life. Hell yeah, the orthodonto. What are you doing? What's going on? What's happening in the You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe. Huh? Me, sir? What did I do? This coat, this is exactly the piece of evidence I was looking for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person case saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat. I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir. Gumshoe having the same stage is kind of proof. They're probably going to burn the jacket, and it's going to glow green. This is a checkup on the Invisalign. Give me like 13 trays at a time, and I need more. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, that rules. I'm excited. I hope it goes well. I hope everything is literally moving and grooving in the correct way. All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is.
Oh, and you think you can do that?
Of course I can. It's the ink. It's the Bobbleese ink.
Take that!
Bobbleese ink?
Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through that the coat went through that fireplace. This one's a stubborn tooth. No! Just scold it. Give it 10 lashings. According to Ambassador Paleno, he burned some files in the fireplace that morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't see the point in mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink on the back wall of the fireplace at that time.
Boo!
If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Bobbleese ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall.
Ack!
Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Bobbleese ink on the coat hem.
Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that this is ink, that it is ink in a few seconds. Just regular old ink.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Bobbleese ink. Burn the coat! You can find out whether that is Bobbleese ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove that it's Bobbleese ink? Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Sure, that's a nice regular... J-Mama, hello! A nice regular thing to say. How's the case? Yo, it's cooking. It's casing. If someone could loan me a lighter or something.
Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
Then if I could please have 1K, we can get this experiment underway. We've never seen you do that. It's green! The flame! It's the same color as the flames wit crystal oil produces, which means Bobbleese ink is a product of wit crystal oil. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing. We got a full crew! We can finally pilot this spaceship, or whatever.
Nishida, you're the fake Yatagarasu. The one who killed my father!
It's about time you come clean, Agent Sheena, or should I say, Callisto you!
Boo, 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 boo.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you?
Aha! Phew, Callisto, you. I've never heard that name before in my life.
That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years! You're a defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it!
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
Objection!
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the night of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world.
Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence.
Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto you? I do, and it's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us for these last 7 years. The key.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this, and clip this Yatagarasu's wings for good. Is it not just the key?
Take that!
Oh, is it not the key? What? What the hell? To Samurai Dog. Just kidding. What is it? Found at the open air stage. Is it this? I'm gonna... Okay.
Take that!
Ah! This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you.
It will.
You cannot convict. You have no proof! The throw redeems broken crimson. Hello, also. Blah, 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 blah. Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Ms. Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well.
This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Bird Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Sheena, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test?
Aha.
Yeah, I think I need to reinstall, Oh, I'm lagging. What's happening? Matt? I'm okay. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. Well, as I was about to say, proof in the pudding. I think I need to reinstall VTube Studio, but I don't know what that's going to break, so I'm kind of like putting it off. Whoa, my God, she's getting crazy. She's looking crazy. That's pretty crazy. That's a lot of laughter. That's a little too much laughter. Are you good? You good? You good, bud?
It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. Ah, you're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto, you!
So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Shayna, you're...
Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who has been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time.
Haha, very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right. Callisto, you, that's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. No, you're not.
Callisto, you, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Now come along quietly.
You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might never have known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was.
Kay, don't!
You, I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him.
So I like my men tall, strong, and easy to manipulate.
Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such a laughable honesty.
Uh-oh. Kay, you big silly. Kay! Ah, you let Kay go right now, pal.
You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy. Ah! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible. My father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is?
Why, it has 3 legs. There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. This is a 7-year-ago flashback. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. No, it can't be!
Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... neither person. The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Bird Faraday nor Callisto you. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu.
Haha, how very perceptive of you.
It's making me want to see a noir version of Phoenix Wright. Man, I just want another Phoenix Wright game at all. This takes place in America. The bad guy's good. Oh my goodness.
How very freaking perceptive of you. No way!
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth, I refuse to believe this.
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal. And skill number 3, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. Yeah! Get him! Hell yeah! Detective Bad, only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind, because the lead detective on the case hid it all away. You're the third member of the Yatagarasu? You. I've been looking for you a long time, 7 long years, but I finally got you.
Aha! Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see.
He's a little too close. He was much farther away a second ago.
What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago?
This is a plot twist. I don't remember this being how it worked.
Ha ha ha, why indeed? It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time I won't miss.
Stop! You. Okay. Bang, bang. It's over, Sheena. Wow!
Your leg!
My goodness. Agent Lang! Yerk, maybe if you didn't have that lollipop in your fucking hand. You idiot, what were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. As long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are an idiot, you know that?
Ha, that's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes?
I want you to conduct a full body search. Sheena, mate, I might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir. Hey, I found something.
Whoa, it's the handle.
What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle. This is a great find, Detective. Huh? It is, sir. Let's try pairing up this blade with this handle. This handle? Yeah.
Take that!
I believe this blade actually belongs to the handle that was on the murder weapon. Hey, they fit together perfectly. Wolf name moves fast, yeah. This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched. I'm gonna return this Bobbly's knife now. Alright, I'll trust that you make sure it is returned to Ambassador Paleno. Bobbly's knife handle given to Detective Gumshoe. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it. Callisto, you. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder.
Aha!
Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife. Switched the handles and then took the original blade of the Bobbly's knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
Objection!
That's her?
Haha, you craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are 2 problems with it.
Problems in what respect?
What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase me? Phuh. It was also I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewater Land, I knew right away that you were Bern Faraday's daughter. Aha, I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. And that's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me. Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes, once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were going to take little thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key.
Oh, that's right. Because the whole point is that the key goes to the safe. Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday. You, that incident 7 years ago, what was the catalyst behind it?
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now, to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? And the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings? Are you done asking what you need to know? Besides, because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena?
I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Bobolese embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all the evidence of the counterfeit bills.
Then, that was what the smuggler was trying to do, but then why start 2 fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun, now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! Miss Sheena! Yes? When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. Haha, you can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Haha, suit yourself.
This is weird.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang. Mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, just because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg. Okay. Bye. Limping about. That probably looked better in pixel graphics. It's finally over, Kay.
I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know. And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands is one who thought my father was a problem to be removed.
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jamming Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There is a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks. Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh? I love how he's self-aware of his wolf. He's loud and proud about it. So it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years. Detective Bad, don't tell me that today is the day. Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything. But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, you, the Yatagarasu, were chasing after. The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarasu?
As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad!
Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right?
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth? Detective Bad, wait, no. You are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you. KG8! These are the pages from my KG8 files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office. Oh, it's him! Oh, wait, what? Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night. This was just last night. This whole game only takes place in actually a few days span of time. Give Edgeworth a nap. Give my boy a napo. So the Yatagarasu was stolen to my room was you, was it? Wait, then that means what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. KG8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as a prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu, and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano group.
Meowtrix, hello!
It's a very fast timeline, but long past and stretched out days, yeah. Mr. Amano's conglomerate. We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. Watching it work during lunch, loving the narration, hell yeah! It's my whole steez with these. And then it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG-8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister. What? Then that means Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. Well, I could have told you that. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file. Please use it wisely. Trump card? That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's always the pretty ones. It's because everybody in an Ace Attorney game is pretty. It's the mark of the Yatagarasu, but why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Cochin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Ms. CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that was the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. So you mean the cards were written in Bobbleese ink? The trump card, would it have a whale on it? It'd have some McDonald's on it. The fact that the card that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what those white cards are. The great thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. Trump card data. And one more thing. Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you, this lollipop. You better fucking eat it. What's this? What is this, sir? This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG-8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession.
That one dude, hello, welcome, how are you?
This important, definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally after the other day's kidnapping case.
What the hell?
This video. That's this guy.
Well, don't come any closer, I'm warning you.
I don't remember what voice I gave him. This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve that video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right?
Going decent? Hell yeah.
The card... Wait, what did he say? Preserved in evidence. Then that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman. The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds it. The evidence Mr. Portman's thought to withhold from me and the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought into court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? Detective Bad, there is no limit to the law, for it is people who determine the limits to them. You still insist on that even now? You really are something else. I'll leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Pops! Don't ever lose your detective spirit. Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir! Well, no handcuffs. What about the handcuffs? Is this the end of the game? Just kidding. Is this really... Is this really the end of a legend? To be continued. We're going to keep going, but I am going to take a little break. I'm going to go to the bathroom and get some more tea. Save your progress, baby. Question of the day. What's your favorite burger? Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay. So once music starts. Okay. I will be right back. I'm going to also run an ad, but I won't start playing until the ad's over. I love you, everybody. Boop, 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 boop. What's up, subscribers? What's up, gamers? You're gonna hear me crunch on some chips for a little longer. The ad isn't over. Thank you, G Mama. Oh, oh. Yeah, favorite burger. I get these chips. They're not the hint of lime Tostitos, but they're like, they got like a limeness about them. There's special chips for my little tum-tum, because as I was mentioning earlier, I can't really do vegetable oil anymore. So these chips are cooked in avocado oil, which I can do. Bacon cheeseburger. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, bacon cheeseburger. Bonus points for a double matzo burger from A&W. I don't know if I've had that. I've had chili cheese fries from there. And I think they have cheese curry. I haven't had very much A&W. Tiny Toast says, favorite burger would have to be Western bacon cheeseburger with like no tomatoes or extra pickles. No tomatoes, but yes, extra pickles. I was like, no extra pickles? That's crazy. No, I'm wrong. Typically, well, I'm also pretty basic because, like, it depends on what kind of burger it is. Because a lot of times I would just sort of prefer ketchup, mayonnaise, pickles, cheese, and that's it. But if we're going to, like, I don't even want to say like a fancy place, because fancy places don't, but like a place that has like better burgers, like at a sit-down place. A lot of times you can get like a bacon blue, and I fuck with that a lot. Oh, excuse me. But I do like pickles. I didn't used to like pickles, and now I can't get enough. But not by themselves still. I kind of never want to just eat a pickle on its own. And I feel like that's a line that some people will cross. Yeah, baby. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's a place down the way from us that does offer the gluten-free buns. They don't offer the In-N-Out style, protein style, but mozzarella with mustard? Hell yeah. I don't really like fried pickles. Oh, I missed that part. I couldn't do fried pickles. Oh man. I can't do all that anymore. I got a bad belly. Anyways, all right, here we go. We're doing it, babies. The chips have been consumed. I only spilled a little bit of tea on myself. We'll go until it feels like we've hit a good stopping point with this, I think. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. Excuse me. And yet there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons cross country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Unnecessary items. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bad gave us. I feel like when this game came out in 2009 was maybe just sort of kind of near the end of when VCRs were relevant. Because this is a widescreen television, but it's connected to a VCR. When I was younger, I'd break in the fridge with a huge jar of pickles. Oh my god. Mom would hide the pickles and found them from me. Hide them from me. That's amazing. This evidence is from the KG8 incident hidden from sight for 10 years ago. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gamashu, if you could please play the tape for us. Sure thing, sir. Whatever you want. I don't care. Whatever you want, sir. It's Manny Cochin. Hi, he's got a kniff. This man, it's Manny Cochin.
And he's holding a knife in his hand.
This looks like the footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building. An apartment building? How do you figure that? Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KG8. I actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment. So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building. At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of this footage existed. However, no one could find it. Yeah, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano. I can see how this would have been a definitive piece and why someone would want to hide it. But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. You're still pickle crazy? Yo, get him. Cozy'd be liking to eat the pickles. I just want like the Ruffles-shaped pickles. You know, I just want that. Give me a pickle ruffle. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader. Where? Where? Don't ruin it. Wait, what was that? Huh? That bit you played just now, please show it to me. What the hell? This car! This is something we cannot overlook. What is that, sir? It's a big flag. Present the flag, the country flag. The pickle chips hamburger pickle. Yeah. This is the national flag of the Principality of Cadopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was a government car doing here? Ah, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth, so you were here all this time. Ambassador Alba! Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. Ah, if only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would have never happened. I am truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Quercus! You couldn't chase after a simple thief. Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that? Excuse me? I've heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we were in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away. It's midnight, bud. So I hope that you can understand how I feel. Ugh. But we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Ruinous Ghost, hello!
Thanks, Twitch. If you're on Discord, I make Discord announcements every time. I'll at you. Hydrate posture check. You don't gotta, of course, but there's the link. How are you doing, Ghost? I hydrated and I postured. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian and Babalese, please? Ambassador, we are so close! Just a little more and... Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. Without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right? That's true, however... As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil, which in which case we are nothing but foreigners in their land. This is really where our investigation ends. Hold it. MIB, Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sure. Shifu, this way. Yo! Ha! He's fine now, no limp. Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Why did the MIB need to look for him? He never left this room. Oh, this guy totally isn't the ringleader. Yeah. This guy has a plant that looks like him, which I don't have in evidence, but it's in his office. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. Don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, so... Grr. Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable. At this rate, our investigation really will come to Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do. Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I'm talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. You.
You know?
The...
Killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Wolves don't lie.
Then who is it?
Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all Sheena. Langji says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. Sheena said she didn't do it, though. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was the Mask 2's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Francisca Von Karma. What?
I was the killer? Hey, wait, but that's impossible.
Yeah. Although the whip is actually quite yow.
Hold your tongue in that ludicrous remark you are about to make.
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. He doesn't appear to be joking. Hey, sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabasta and Babal, did you not?
And where is your evidence that I am the killer?
Huh. I was just getting to that. Trust me, and I'll show you I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? Oh, he's just like, he's in on it.
With things the way they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Good, let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you, and you can bet your bottom dollar on that.
As if I would have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
She seems rather upset, not that I blame her. I expected that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Arr!
Agent Lang, somewhat related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part, and so that I may clean up my superior's mess. I guess I should. The more, the better.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet.
If you let Kay in, then you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around and do nothing when Ms. Von Karma's in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and raring to go. As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over. Ha 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 ha! Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance.
Huh. I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now, let's go.
Whee! Ooh, baby, baby.
March 15th, 20, it's almost 1 in the morning. Okay, now, let's first go over the facts one more time. Manny Cochin's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babal. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabasta's ornamental knives. And then the body of Damas 2, Mr. Kashi Nu, was found here in the Alabastian ambassador's office. Although through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this Prima Duck statue, and that this is actually Babal's statue. In this case, no matter how I look at it, sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Objection!
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
Of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so while people were distracted by the Yatagarasu's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from afar.
Even if that was all true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Don't worry, I plan to show you that you're the culprit behind that too. You had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons. Wait, she tried to whip him and he caught it. Hey now! Look, sis, I thought I already told you, I'm not messing around here.
Ah!
This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine?
Grr. Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already.
Francisca, you need to calm down, because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole and therefore solve it.
What?
But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. Can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Now let us delve into the truth behind the murder of Damask 2. You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth, that this isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang? If you can't figure out how the murder of Damask 2 is related to the smuggling ring, then it will mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. Woo! Border crossing weapons. One of Alabast knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Cochin. And then the murder weapon is in the killing of Damask 2 is the Babal's Prima Duck statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. What the hell? So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisca will remain a suspect. You got it, Mr. Prosecutor, so why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss. Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself. What are you talking about? By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Yeah, there's the plant that looks like the old man right behind him. Don't tell me, Lang Ji never said anything to that effect. You, prosecutor, who do you think you are speaking about Lang Ji's proverbs like that? I don't need his proverbs, because my words are all you need to hear to see the truth. All right, Edgeworth, let's just calm down. Border crossing weapons. One of Alabast's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Cochin. Press.
Hold it!
Hold it.
I concur that this knife crossed over country lines. Good, but that's not the only thing that did. You mustn't forget about the other weapon. The knife was only one. The murder weapon in the killing of the master is the Prima Duck statue. It does look like, he looks exactly like him. So you're saying that the Prima Duck statue was also brought over by Francisca? Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense.
Hold it!
And how exactly did she bring it over? I haven't figured that out yet. That's a rather weak statement, considering how sure you are. Maybe, but there's one thing I do know for sure. Nope. Hecky-decky doodle all the day. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the real tight security. Impenetrable? I should hardly think so. You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross over that? Posture check toxin, hydrate toxin, you got it. Thank you for sticking around.
Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire.
The only way into either embassy is through the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. So the only way for the knife and the Prima Duck statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors. The only one who traversed the two countries was you, baby, baby. Is Francisca really the only person to have traveled between the two countries? According to the guards at both doors, she is the only one to go back and forth. Took me a second to realize this isn't the game, but you voice acting. Aw, shit. Yeah, I'm doing it all. Yeah, these games don't have voice acting except for the objections and those things. But that's me. I do all the voices. I do my best. The sis there was in Alabast when the Yatagarasu showed. The sis? And then, just before you guys showed Mr. Cochin's body, she entered the ball. I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into the ball. Then how do you explain the Prima Duck statue? I haven't quite figured that out yet. However, the fact that there are two weapons cross the border proves that the killer must have also traveled across country lines. The only things that cross the border are the Prima Duck statue and the knife. I should hardly think that those are the only two items, Agent Lang. Okay, so during the stream, I can see why you worked with certain VTubers to match their vibe. Which other VTubers? Who are you talking about? Hell yeah, though, also. Okay, so the only one who traversed... Is that true? I don't... Just before and after the crimes. What about this? What about this? What about that? What about these? What about those? I'm actually super duper unclear. Oh, Ray Kyoto? Hell yeah, yeah. #1 voice actor. What the heck, Tiny Toe? You're a sweetheart. Yeah, Roy's also a sweetheart. Ugh. Yeah, I do a ton of shit for Roy. A lot of work on his voice acting channel. But I'm also working on his like regular main channel long forms again. I'm actually like, wait. Sure. I have no earthly idea. I don't know. I don't. What? Okay, what about this? Maybe this is to... Nope.
Shit.
Do you take commission? I do take commissions, but how you say? It's typically based on kind of like how busy I am, and if I have the bandwidth to take it, you know. I have a submission like thing to fill out on my card. And it kind of depends on like what people are asking for and etc. Sometimes people don't know what they want exactly. They're like, I just want to make videos, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but I need you to know a little more about what actually you want, so I can just do that and not have to hold your hand about it. Okay, so this is not the right. Listen, I'm gonna just. Okay. So let's okay. I guess I was so man, I was right, but I just wasn't right.
Objection!
Am I not right? What? I'm literally looking at a walkthrough. What the fuck? Or, oh, no. What? Oh my god. Okay, no, I need to... The balls prima duck statue.
Objection!
Okay. You want as much info? As a D&D character sheet is true. I want more than that. I love D&D also. When I become famous and start losing fame, I'll make a somewhat okay movie with somewhat known actors, you know, like a real famous star. And I'll ask if you want to voice act for it. Hell yeah. I'm into that. Okay. Agent Lang, those 2 items are not the only 2 to cross the border tonight. Oh! The masked 2 was killed with Babal's Prima Duck statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Prima Duck statue go? To Babal! Precisely, and if the 2 statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. Huh! Oh, excuse me. I guess so, but you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabast and Babal is her. But that can't be true. Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the 2 countries? Actually, there was definitely one other person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall.
Objection!
Haha! Is that really so, Agent Lang? Haha! What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guards said along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis, that ain't you. But suppose there was some other way other than through the theater doors. What other way? The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed, if I point it out, would open up a whole new possibility. Okay. We're doing it. I know what it is. This is the thing I was trying to do a second ago. Photo of the Yatagarasu. Where is... I just passed it. There it is.
Take that!
Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo. That supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. And I won't allow you to just take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. Ugh. How can I prove it was, who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Very well. You will have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is... it's the other statue. It's not that one, but this one.
Take that!
Take that. Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Prima Duck statue replica. You can't be serious! The Yatagarasu, or rather Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside the ball. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air.
Not so fast!
Ha, Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air. Ha! And how exactly did she do that? He is literally baring his fangs at me, but he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? We found that wire, so it's probably that. As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? So just before the murder, Francisca was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, there may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Ms. Von Karma. Oh, God, it's so funny because, like, when you see them side by side, you can't tell. Like, his art was made for this game, but her art is effectively the same style. Like, they just reused a lot of this from the Ace Attorney remakes, right? And so her lines are just so much thicker than his. Even like in the face, like his whole deal is a lot smoother than hers. They literally sort of look like they're from different games, and that's kind of sort of because they are. It doesn't usually they don't usually put them side by side like this. What are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Ms. Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her, and for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is. Ha! You really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth? How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too! I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time, which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information, which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Alright, so, what would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room. Alright, let's try this your way for a change. If what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can howl, no! As you wish.
Whee!
As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian Embassy. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security station. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office. Okay. Francisca, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Franziska about her testimony in more detail. Yeah. Did you do it? Probably not. I don't think you did it. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastrian Embassy. Hold it! I thought your duty was to fact-find anything you could about the smuggling ring. Yes, that was my job. But upon hearing that the Yatagarasu had sent a calling card to the embassy, Ambassador Alba called upon us to protect the embassy instead. That incident 7 years ago, or have you forgotten what happened here back then? Anything related to that case we were involved in appears to be rather painful for her. It's not exactly one I can readily forget myself. It looks like you remember the case after all. Of course I do. I inspected every location, every possible escape route, and every aspect of the police's security detail. I did all that, even then after that. After I saw the Steel Samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office.
Hold it!
Or after that. So you were at the theater as well? Yes, and I suppose you were also there as well, watching that stage show. Well, yes, so Franziska was there. Well, after the show was over and I saw the Steel Samurai off, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation.
Hold it!
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yatagarasu had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Yatagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden, even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Calm down, Franziska. She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden, and we were aware that the speech was to start soon thereafter. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
Hold it!
At that time, the Mask 2's body had yet to be found in this room, is that correct? That's right, but Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence. A criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying? Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you. Seriously? Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants. I can attest to that. Wait, I keep giving him like, and more like, so I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Grr. All right, then. Add that statement to your testimony. Let's hear some details. So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he? I arrived, Ambassador Alba was watering the flowers on the windowsill. Let's press it, but...
Hold it!
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on the side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing, is that not correct? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him, but fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself and is growing them with the utmost care, you know. Yes, the plants in this room, they are all like my children, or like my twin. The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully, too. All four of them. All four of them. All four of them? Miss Von Karma, what did you say just now? I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement? Did you not understand? Did I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony. Very well. There were 4 large passion flowers in full bloom. Present! The fucking 2 flowers!
Objection!
Come on. Franziska, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence. It does appear that way. Ha! I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your word, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this?
Yes, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir.
Eek! All I've done is state what I saw. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important at this juncture, Miles?
At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant. Ha! Now let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove? I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
Do they explain why she has a whip? Because this is an Ace Attorney game. I don't specifically remember in the game that she was introduced. I haven't replayed that one in quite some time. I've replayed the entire series on the DS, probably twice in total. But I've played the first game like a bunch of times. But it's been a really long time since I've played the second and third games. I probably won't stream them, but they're quite good. They get better and better. And Francisca's the prosecutor in the second game. So she might say then, but in this game she just has it because she's always had it. I understand. Oh. Yeah, it definitely looks like two other flowers should have been over there. I won't rest until I've inspected every nook and fucking cranny, baby. This watering can has a rather robust design.
Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? Plus, if you keep wasting time talking about that, Miss Von Karma's gonna get arrested!
Oh, it's the pens! These are the hair sticks! I better examine something else. They're these. They got the same stripoo. And the same, yeah. Okay. Ah. The name of these flowers, I believe they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they are actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there are only two here to me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lies failed you.
Ah, Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already.
Suppose I will need to use some evidence. Show evidence! I believe we have just the piece of evidence you require. Oh, you do you? You have such a confidence in your face of your current plan. But I highly doubt it'll last until the end. You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang, but we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see the new evidence! Ah! Truth behind the bottom. Presenting Sheena, who is supposedly in Babal the entire time, had these hair sticks on her that look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers. And so what? This is really all that important to the case. Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. Ayah! Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast, but somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babal the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and the statue. Arg, very well then. I want to hear from you exactly. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babal. How did these support sticks find their way to Babal and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. Aha, so that's why. Yeah, it's the wire, baby. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. Huh, just another stick, isn't it? And so it is, but the shape of the support sticks is what is important. For when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. Gee, could it be, oh, I don't know, the crossbow?
Eureka!
Maybe the crossbow. That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting. I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. Ayah! Okay. I've done it. I've found the common thread that connects the two offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been that fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together. Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all. Well, yeah. So Babal's statue was draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes and then shot over here? Even if you fired the arrow from the side, they wouldn't go far with the statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Prima Duck statues didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? Alright, so I think it's just that he attached like a wire to it. The Prima Duck statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. What? Oh, excuse me. You need to free your mind a bit more. And let it fly like a bird on the wind. I'm like a bird. I want to fly on the wind. The Prima Duck statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time and I will explain explain a wire. Tell me about a wire, baby. The ball statue was draped in the Yatagarasu's clothes and then shot over.
Hold it!
Yeah. Okay. But that incredible scene just happened to have been caught on film, resulting in this photo. Ha! And what an incredible scene it was! This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, right? Yes, so I hear. But not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits and giant creatures to tabloids. Yes, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you had ever stood in a court of law, you would know that it's entirely plausible. Ha! You really believe the stuff you're spewing right now. A courtroom certainly is a strange place, if what you say is true. But there really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. Alright, so apparently... oh wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Pressing that! But we are in agreement that the arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now is a wish right now. It's not further discussion of my conclusions, it's a launching of my conclusions. What the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues. So, now that I've done that pressing, now I have this thing, so, what? Now what the hell? Is it not just... Yeah. It's the wire. It's gotta be the wire. Ooh, baby. I'm real snuffly, I'm sorry. These fall allergies or whatever. Finally we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. Ha! I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. They're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Cochin's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy down to the 3rd floor of the Babalese Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabast's Prima Duck statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to store the statue down the wire from the 5th floor to the 3rd floor. But then what about Babal's Prima Duck statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babal, going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Babalese Embassy up to the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy. How do you explain that? Aha! I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick work now. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion. The motion? What? Believe it was done via rotary motion. Okay, I guess I was right. If the two statues were transported simultaneously... Get real! The statues would collide somewhere along the way. Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? If you shot an arrow with the two ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed. Yeah, that's a little crazy. Langji says, don't object and call success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension differences between the two wires, the top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway. Agent Lang, as you know, the Prima Duck statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure. And the fact that Babal's statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Langji says, "Oh!" Here is what I believe happened. Ms. Yu and her mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in two different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Babal where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Ms. Yu hit it against her inside the grandfather clock. QED. QED. Ha! What does QED mean? What? Grr.
This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer.
Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Oh, dessert? Give me dessert! Somebody. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? The proof is in the pudding, as it were. I want pudding! Crimson? Are you still here? It's the perfect time. Crimson. Is Crimson still here, you guys? I'll give Crimson 10 seconds to do the joke. 9, 8. I think Crimson left. Crimson's gonna be sad he missed this. Crimson. Putting this justice in your mouth. QED is basically Latin for so there. Putting the spoon full of pudding in my mouth. Yeah! Man, Crimson's going to be so upset. I'm going to screenshot this for him. I'm going to post it in the Discord. Tag him. Oh my god. That Discord, again, if you're not in there, it's a beautiful place full of lovely people. Crimson Uwu. Hell yeah, okay. Proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir. I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence. One more? Well, this should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact? Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. Believe that it is right here in this very room. I mean, is it the fan? I guess.
Take that!
Dropped another bomb on us again. The last piece to the trick are two pulleys. Precisely, the ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to that fact, there is only one installed in each of the... And thanks to the fact that there's one installed in each office, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. I don't know. That's a bit of a... I don't know. I don't know if the I don't know if I buy that. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. Ah ha ha ha. Girl, you really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Alabastian and Babalese offices. And that that the passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case? Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, why don't you present something like you always do?
A single point of the finger here in this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears I have no choice now but to rush in. There is a piece of evidence that will point us to whom the mysterious mastermind is. Wait. Oh. Wait a minute. Piece of evidence? A piece of evidence? A piece of evidence? Well... Well, hold on. Is it just that they're the arrows? Oh, well... Maybe it's like fingerprints.
Take that!
The smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big. That Ms. Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all of this, the fact that the culprit knew that both officers had ceiling fans tells us that the person had very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So as you may have already guessed, this person I am accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus it can only be you, Quercus Alba! He knew. Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a little trick like that? I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as very odd. The old man. That's right, Tiny Toe. Oh my god. Just one thing, huh? The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. What? Who? Huh? Oh, I mean, it's gotta be the statue, right? It was used as a weapon.
Take that!
I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Prima Duck statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Prima Duck himself? I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. There's the handprint. These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they're on here suggests that this statue once belonged to Babal.
So it was smuggled from Babal to Alabast, huh?
Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in?
This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador.
I suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. Looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right! Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret!
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction. What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles!
Alright, here goes.
Whoa! It's the money print!
It's the plate.
Wow, it really did open up! Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. Yeah, it's, what in the is this? Hey! Is this what I think it is?
It's a plate for making counterfeit bills!
Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabast to begin with.
Oh my god.
The Prima Duck statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat. And this replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Shinar, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damask II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damask II and murdered the fuck out of him. Just killed him dead as shit. Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba, it does kind of tell because he wanted to shut down the... Yeah. He is super sus. You're the leader of the smuggling ring. My country is a mess, and it's all because of you?
You're the one who killed Damask II.
Answer us.
I never thought that you would figure things out to this level.
However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin. Oh, no. Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt on to a dead man. If there's one thing I'm sure of is that you're the real ringleader, Quercus Alba.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and is a result of logic and investigation.
Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Ms. Von Karma. I don't think we can give such a flippy-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
I think he just did that because he knew it was Quercus, but he needed a reason to continue. You know what I mean? It looks like you still don't get why I came back.
Excuse me?
You see, the reason I came back is so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you.
What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation.
Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I told you! I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
You did?
I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in and take another look around. So that's why you put on this big show to accuse Franziska of the murder. Using Franziska as the bait, you were able to get us entry in investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around.
So that's what this was all about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth.
Agent Lang, thanks for giving me such a great opening. I thank you. His head is so much bigger than mine. Like, he's got his, like, the proportions don't look weird, but I guess he's just a little bit bigger overall, honestly. That somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic. The evidence detectives collect, combined with the logic of a prosecutor, that's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right? I don't know about all that. The one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him.
Ho ho, you're quite scary when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish for you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring,
he's just got a big-ass head.
Then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity?
That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. Grr! I tell you, I knew nothing, really. I didn't even know that the counterfeit plate was hidden inside the statue.
Objection!
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. Doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense? Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? Grr. He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us.
The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. This Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? What do we got? The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, a protector of the law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Oh, this is his not dad.
Needless to say, we Von Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary.
The only way to bring someone like that to justice would to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. Oh my God, he just said it. My crimes. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma, and I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law and what is justice? And which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow? That choice is one I must make up with my own hand. Is there a right answer? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it. There is no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law, too, crosses into new territory. That's not really, that's not really accurate, but alright. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this. Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, is that what that is? This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago, a man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense, and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that that card contains directions from the ringleader? I'll have you know that this card is not the only thing I was given. What? This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident. The KG8 incident? The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Ho, very interesting. I must admit I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented. What do I got? The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man who has had free reign for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to be given, to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. Do it. Alright, it's getting late as fuck, baby. So, what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me? The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is the directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves the card was used to relay an order. What? Well, the knife? Also, like, why are you holding the card? You just have the card. You got pockets. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, it was on film, but like, this is stupid. I refuse to believe the writing in this game isn't
Take that.
saying any good. Take a look at this area. What about that area? My eyes aren't what they used to be, so I can't see what you're pointing at too well. But from what I can see, it doesn't look like it's related to our conversation. What? What the knife, is it? What is it? Here's a vital clue. What? Okay, the card. This is so dumb. As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand. I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now? Ah, but there is a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. Is it perhaps the blood? This dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, hydrate. Yeah. Kaboom. Then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by the front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Cadopian government car. What? Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage. What? This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Cadopia. Is it perhaps that?
Take that!
Enhance! This section will make it all clear to us. Okay, alright. Alright, focus, Miles. Is it the card? I mean, is it just the card?
Take that!
The shape of his pocket. The shape of this pocket and the directive cards in it tells us that without a doubt, this person in this car is Mr. Cochin. Grr. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago. Grr. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. No. Ha. Ha 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 ha. What the fuck? Oh, he's not a he was a faker. He was faking it. You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at that time, that's going to be mighty difficult to prove. How so? You got tall. You look a little taller. Did you get a haircut? You look different. The Principality of Cadopia no longer exists, so naturally all records from that time period also no longer exist. He just sort of is tree-like. He's looking real tree-ish. That arrogance, what he really means is he's already erased all traces of them. Are we finished here, boy? Whoa, he's shiny. The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here. Well, okay, now, yeah.
Take that!
What the? Ambassador Alba.
Yes, what is it?
You were once an army man in the service of Cadopia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct?
Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the area of Cadopia. But now I am the only one who owns this particular medal. What's suspiciously specific information? He's not old. Yeah, he is old, but he's not frail. Got him. In that case, the only person who it could be who is sitting in this car is you. How do you figure that?
By the medal captured here in this footage. It's clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest.
Wow! 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 His whole face!
Oh, no. It's fine. He's fine. This is how it will be, but I won't look back. For this is the path that I have crossed.
Grr. Ha 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 ha. You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me?
It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far, it looks like I might just lose our little game this time.
He might lose this game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador.
Is that a fact? Very well, I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. You're going to confess? And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result.
What the?
Regarding the Damas 2 murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense.
You're claiming it was justified self-defense.
Damas 2 attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the only one you... I might be the one you found dead instead of him.
Ha ha ha! What a pathetic performance.
Ha 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 ha! I'm not giving you one. Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim that it was justified self-defense, then you will need some evidence.
It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. This man left a mark on me when he attacked.
What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was self-defense. What the hell? I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But Damas 2 didn't have a single weapon on his body. Hold on, it's nothing to get worked up over because I hid the weapon. You hid it? I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am an ambassador. What the fuck? This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears. You don't have a bonsai. Oh, it's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly during our struggle, but that's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense. Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? Since he has both a wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so. He got stabbed. No way! Oh, which reminds me, I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on.
Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of Damas 2 was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes this crime alive. Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that? That's what you mean.
The scissors for his flower? I mean, I guess. But he's also lying. Do you think his nose grows when he lies? Maybe. Hopefully.
Extraterritoriality!
That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held here will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agent Investigate, that's our job. The judgment of people who have confessed to their crime, that's the court's job. Yerk.
And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil, therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts.
That arrogance in your expression. There's nothing like the face of someone who is ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have one of your own country's judicial system eaten right out of your hands.
These crimes you all speak of so seriously to me, this has been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabast has numerous other embassies in the world, in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
These 2 layers of protection.
Don't wear 2 layers of protection, just one is enough.
That extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to court.
Just shoot him. You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. What the fuck?
Enough. Is there nothing we can do?
Ah! Oh, what good timing. All right, we'll finish this game tomorrow. On tomorrow's stream. There's only one more section left, y'all. Sheesh, not me thinking, I don't know, that we might go over. Hell yeah. So, oh yeah, there's, I mean, well, we'll do our best. We should probably be able to finish it tomorrow. I think so. Yo, I'm gonna not go to my other screen. We're gonna stay here. Thank you all so, I'm worried it's gonna lag. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. We're gonna find someone to raid. But before we do that, I have a few links I would like to share with you. Nope, that spells 2. I want Twitch. We have the link to my card. That's a one-stop shop to all things Comfy Catboy. If you want to find any of my socials, I actually don't think I have my Blue Sky in there. But I'm on Blue Sky. That is just, do I still have that paste copy? No. I'm just Comfy Catboy on there also. Actually, here, I'll post the link to that. Check me out on Blue Sky. I actually post there. I don't post on Twitter anymore for now. And that's fine. Second link is the Discord. It's a beautiful place full of lovely people. Somebody was saying that, how you say, this person's playing Omori? Oh my god. No, we're not gonna do that. We are. I'm trying to see. Well, you know what? Aujin is. Let's rate Aujin. Hell yeah, baby. Copy and paste this. It doesn't. Yeah, I guess they're in a 2-person collab. Yeah, thank you so much, G Mama, for hanging out. All right, Aujin. We also have the link to all the YouTube channels and the throne, but then more importantly than those things are the link to Comfy Cozy Play. If you think that I'm fun, the Ace Attorney streams, I don't really get to be so silly goofy because the games kind of take care of that for me. But Cozy Cat Girl and me, Comfy Catboy, together at last. Go hog wild on this. We have 2 episodes of the new Mario Party out that I feel are 2 of the funniest things ever that we've put on the channel. They're top 5. Episode 1's like pretty all right, but then episode 2 is sort of it pieces everything together if you watch them in a 1-2 punch. I love you all to pieces, so check that out. I would really appreciate it. This is our Comfy Raid message. If you're a subscriber, you can copy and paste this. We're going to be real cool to Aujin, and I hope you all have a lovely day. We'll be back 9 a.m. West Coast American time tomorrow to finish this case, and then next week we'll start the second game. Hell yeah, babies. All right, I love you to pieces. Comfy Cozy Games plays, would you say? Yeah, we play. So comfy and cozy. Baby. All right, I love you all to pieces. Have such a good Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bow.